And you're referring to this current bird flu that is potentially the next thing. It's also the thing that's being talked about somewhat. And you're talking about that specific piece. What do you think is going to happen?
And guess what? Giant surprise. Moderna just got I think $175 million contract to build the next mRNA injections for bird flu. Brian, the reason why these things are problematic is because the population thinks COVID is over. But because we always called it a pandemic and we stopped calling it the propaganda warfare component of the Third World War, we're watching the next round be loaded into the gun. And we're paying no attention to the fact that the same perpetrators who are conducting the same genocide are going to do it all over again. And this time we're just going to call it bird flu or disease X. And by doing that, we are going to justify another round of lethality where tens of thousands of people will die on the spot. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, will die as a secondary effect of the mRNA. And giant surprise, we'll sit there going, who could have seen it coming? And the answer is we all, and we willfully looked away.
Yeah, and you said this last time. You said, Brian, this is just a criminal conspiracy, and they're going to keep running this for as long as we allow them to run it, and you're just going to see the
That's exactly right.
Iterations. What did you make of the Fauci testimony?
Well, I am saddened by the fact that people thought that something was accomplished. I actually think that he probably laughed and went out and had beers afterwards. And the reason I say that is because, well, the theater was what it was, which is the Republicans on the committee needing to beat up somebody. And so they decided to beat up Fauci. What that does is serve as good sound bites for fundraisers to go out and raise money among your constituencies saying, look, we held the little guy accountable. But until there is a criminal felony charge leveled against him for premeditated murder, for manslaughter, for domestic terrorism, for violation of 18 U.S. Code violations around biological and chemical weapons, until the felony charge is done, no one's been held accountable. This idea that we publicly shame someone in the town square, that we throw rotten tomatoes at him for 4 or 5 hours and we put him in the stocks and then he goes home and takes a shower is perfectly fine. And he doesn't have any consideration whatsoever for the financial gain that he got. Did you see anybody suggest that he actually give up the money that NIAID received in license payments when, I might add, under his watch, while he was at NIAID, he failed to disclose 100% of the patents. When asked by Congress in the fall of 2020 whether or not NIH would be enriched by the recommendations they were making, he failed to disclose all of the patents for which he got paid. And those were hundreds of millions of dollars of payments that came to him, which he never disclosed to a congressional budget office investigation. These crimes, Brian, are so egregious, so over the top in their scale, that it is a true tragedy that the accountability has now been mocked to the point where we say that the hearings were somehow accountability. This ludicrous nature that says, well, he shouldn't have funded the $3 million with EcoHealth Alliance for the Peter Daszak thing, 3.6 or 3.8 million, depending on which numbers you count. But the problem with even that story is it misses the fact that the first DARPA NIAID partnership with EcoHealth Alliance in Wuhan started in 2005. Not the $3.8 million you hear about in 2018 and 2019. I'm talking about the tens and tens of millions of dollars that directly went into that partnership and the billions of dollars that went into the weaponization of the Wuhan, SARS-CoV-2 modified chimera. All of that stuff is silent. Nobody talks about it. And as I said in an interview I recently did, Brian, I think you might have seen pieces of this with Alex Jones. I said the reason why none of those congressional delegates are willing to ask this question is because the universities in their home jurisdictions are the money launderers for this black op. You're not going to get the state of North Carolina to ask an ethics question when the state of North Carolina is cashing the biggest checks. You're not going to get Tennessee to ask the question. You're not going to get Kentucky to ask the question. You're definitely not going to get Texas to ask the question, or Virginia, or any of the places where the criminals are cashing the checks, because it turns out that they know that they have to keep that quiet. We cannot talk about black ops funding of illicit research in our universities because, one, it's a cash cow that keeps the universities building new buildings and doing all the new initiatives and doing all the endowments and doing all the things they want to do. The public sector is underwriting the weapons manufacturers called universities, and no one's willing to call it out.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. we choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom.